Couple deep breaths. Get your weight set, hands ready. Up, and down. The idea that you're doing your workouts, keep that pace up, right? So if you're moving back and forth, just take the time, rack the next one set of dumbbells, pick up the next one, come back to your station, a couple of deep breaths, right back into it. So that's why I call this slow supersetting, okay? I'm going back and forth between exercises, but it's at a comfortable pace, but I'm still, very clear about what I'm doing. And there's no other thoughts in my mind.
The pecs are doing all of the work here.
I always have a habit of a little routine where I just kind of shake out anything in case any muscles are tight, shake things out, get my reps set, and then right back into it. So, those of you who are observant, notice I didn't add any weight on that. Normally I would have bumped that up just a little bit for that rep range, but for illustrative purpose, just to get you into the flow of the workout here, we're showing a pace that you need to be trying to duplicate in your own workouts.
And I think one of the elements of mastery is learning to take a weight and make it heavier by either just trying to bring your elbows up a little more, just making the weight heavier by tweaking your form is very powerful.
Yeah, it's a great point, Matt. It's interesting, when I won my first provincial championship, which took me 10 years to get there, I was really into lifting heavier, as much weight as I could use. And then I went to the gym, I won that championships. I came to the gym and I got a new coach and I started working on technique. All my weights dropped about 50%. And all my friends and stuff were laughing at me, going, hey, wait, don't lift too much weight. But I was the one laughing on the inside because I was building my body. And that year, I made the biggest gains of my entire life. That first 9 months when I got out of my ego and into here and focusing what I was doing. So now we're back to the final set on this sequence. So we're going up to the high reps again. And that's a chance where we can put this into practice. In other words, really start focusing on squeezing the exercise, maximizing everything I do.
So one of the ways he can get more out of this exercise is going a little lower, maybe just going a little wider, and maybe squeezing a little harder at the top. So if he does these things, his muscle doesn't know the difference. It thinks it's heavier, it thinks it's working more, and that's what all that matters. So.
Feeling that one. Okay.
Here we go. Final set of upright rows.
Here we go. Let's see.
Nothing but focus. Notice his wrists are relatively straight.
All right, let's get on to the next sequence. That one's really hard. What can people expect from this program? Well, a radical departure from every kind of training that you've ever done before. That's the first thing. First off, you're going to be in the gym for some serious volume. Second off, you're going to have explosive results. Most guys are completely shocked about how much muscle mass they're actually adding without adding any body fat. So some of the exercise routines and sequences, as well as the volume and intensity, is going to vary dramatically from what you've done in other programs. But once you've implemented it for a few months, you're going to see the radical results that it achieves. Okay, so we're on the next sequence. We're doing pull downs and dumbbell pullovers in this set range. So we go right into this one and over to the other one. The same sequence as before. Setting up, and so many people don't do their back exercises because it's a fine line between momentum and power. And so kind of watch closely as I'm just getting the right amount of speed and momentum with only using the back.
And I'll make some comments here because I've seen so many people butcher this exercise. First of all, notice how Wade's hips are right in the machine. Second of all, look at his lower back. His lower back is not moving that much. Third, he's pulling it right to the top of his chest. And he's getting a stretch. He's getting that stretch at the top. These are all key points.
One exercise that people use way too much weight and heave, doing a heave low exercise, instead of really working the legs the way they were meant to. So this one, we're going to do dumbbell pullovers. It's an exercise that's really neglected a lot these days, and I don't know why, because it's such a great one. A lot of times people think you need a fancy machine to get a good workout. The opposite is true. All you need to create a line and a lot of intensity. So you get your hips down, arms straight, stretch it right out, and pull it up.
Notice Wade has a slight bend in his elbows. That's good. This works the triceps. It works the upper chest. It works the lats. This exercise is a really powerful exercise that really until Wade got me back on it, I wasn't using it.
One of the things about that exercise too, one of the things that we talk about in mastery, or way the exercises are designed, is most exercises are, from a physiological, they're working from the insertion point. So the movement comes from here. With a lot of the mastery stuff, we're dealing with origins. So in the chest and back, we're having movement that occurs right around here in the core area. And it activates more growth, especially in some of the smaller muscle groups that are harder to hit, which gives you that raw, thick look. You know, one of the masters of that, I think, was Bill Pearl, who was one of the people that really inspired the mastery stuff. It's kind of the final piece of the puzzle. So back onto this swing. You're going to bump the weight up just a little bit as we bring the reps down. Again, set yourself at first, and then right into the sequence.
So Wade's letting his shoulder blades rise up at the top. Right? See that stretch? That's a neglected part of the move that a lot of people miss out on.
Absolutely. Your back, it's all about where the shoulder blades, so whether it's a roll like this, or whether you're bringing it down like this, same thing. Concentrate on moving the shoulder blades, not the arms. Most people are concentrating on this part, they get great biceps, no back. Oh, that's okay. You're going to back in the sequence again.